Quick disclaimer before I get started. I am not a lawyer or a legal expert, nor am I an expert on copyright or intellectual properties. I am just giving my story and my experience. This is not legal advice. Thank you. Okay, with that out of the way, some of you may know that about a little over a week ago, I got suspended off of Twitter for DMCA related copyright stuff. UMG striked me 6 times over a period of 3 years, all on tweets that were a year older or even more than like 2 years old. Basically, from stuff that was all the way back in 2019 and now, for less than a minute of audio in a few of my Beat Saber posts, a few of my old Beat Saber posts. I would get an email, and then the tweet would be basically gone. The media in the tweet would be gone, or the tweet would be deleted. And then I thought that was the end of it. I was like, oh, well, they deleted it. I wasn't making any money on the platform. It was a small amount of music. They deleted it, whatever. But after the 6th time, which they used a massive bot wave on like the Firehose API or something to strike a humongous amount of people on the platform, I hit a limit for Twitter's repeat infringer policy, which I did not know existed until this week. I was very surprised when I could not use my Twitter account. I can't even look at who I was following. All of the almost 5,000 people following me, I can't even look at it. It won't even let me retrieve the information of the account, like nothing. I have tried to appeal this, and they basically said I need to seek a retraction or send a counter notice. And generally speaking, retractions with UMG don't go well from what I've read, and I sent one. I sent to 2 of their different email addresses, and I tried to call them on the phone. There's not even a phone tree. It just instantly goes to voicemail. I asked very nicely for a retraction. I said I would be willing to delete any content. I would be willing to, do whatever. I just want the account back. I'm not distributing music. I'm not a music pirate. I'm not subjugating their music empire. People aren't flocking to my Twitter account to listen to like Doja Cat or whatever. But I did not get any response on my retractions. And I read that the response that other people generally get on their retraction requests is that UMG will kind of send them a message saying that like Twitter does not pay a blanket fee, or what some of us are calling protection money, from the music mafia for users using small amounts of audio in their video clips or incidentally recording video with copyrighted audio in it. Like if you are, at a barbecue and you record a funny video and there is a UMG owned song in the background, you would be struck by the same bots that I was struck with. And if that happened to you 6 times, your Twitter account would be permanently suspended, which I think is completely insane. The other option for instead of retraction to have your account theoretically restored is to send a counter notice. But sending a counter notice is, in my opinion at least, maybe some people can correct me here in the comments, is super scary because you basically have to swear under penalty of perjury that there was a mistake. And obviously, UMG owns the music, right? So their bot picked up a UMG owned song in your media. So if that didn't happen and UMG striked you, then obviously you can send a counter notice. However, the other end of that is that you could argue fair use, but arguing fair use is extremely difficult because of how subjective it is. And at the highest level, fair use, I think, some people can maybe correct me on this, can only be absolutely decided by a judge. So for me, I'm still weighing like, do I want to go through the full counter notice route? Like, is it a mistake if the bot can't recognize that my non-monetized small portion of music in audio that I posted like eons ago, that is not undermining the value, or like it's not taking money away from the label, right? Like, is that fair use? I think it probably is, but am I willing to put my life on it? That's a little tricky, you know? The four factors of fair use are the purpose and the character of the use. So like, is it kind of commercial in nature, or is it a nonprofit or educational usage? Uh the nature of the copyrighted work. This one I don't really understand as well. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. So basically, like if you quote a book, you know, and you quote like a sentence as opposed to like a whole chapter. But obviously with music that's a little different. It would be like using a few seconds of audio instead of the whole song or the whole chorus or whatever. And the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. In my opinion, people using small clips of audio in their tweets is a non-factor, but maybe I'm just not understanding this factor of fair use as well as I imagine I'm understanding it. Basically, UMG and probably other companies are using bots to strike users in waves, and I think that their hope is to get Twitter to comply with this blanket fee thing, which all that just sounds like it shouldn't really be my problem, but maybe that's just my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sad. I'm a little discouraged. I had that Twitter account since 2012. I haven't been RitualNeo that long, but I've had that account specifically since 2012, and I was following around 700 people I really, really liked, and I had nearly 5,000 followers that I think I pretty much liked a lot. So, and I tried to, Twitter is supposed to allow you to recover information about your account, even if you're suspended. I went through the website and I tried to do this, and they said, if you are suspended, you can recover information about your account. I was like, okay, I want to know everyone that I was following and my followers so that maybe I can seek another way to connect with them besides Twitter. Like if they have another website or whatever, like Instagram, I can reach out, because like Twitter was like one of the main ways I would discover artists, especially people I would want to commission for like Twitch emotes or just art of my dragon self or whatever. I was following so many artists, and then it told me that even though the first part of the website says you should be able to do this if you're suspended, when I tried to finish the form, it told me that suspended accounts cannot take that action. So it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And not only that, people have told me I should make a new Twitter account. Okay, and I think a lot of people would be willing to do that, just make a new account. However, I've learned that making a new account to represent myself as RitualNeo would be against the terms of service, and it would basically guarantee I would never get the original account back, and they would be able to take it down anytime they discovered me, which sounds like further annoyance. So I have sent an email to the EFF asking for guidance. I'm hoping that they can tell me if like I could send a viable counter notice or what that would look like in my situation. Like, are my tweets with 16 seconds of audio that don't make money at all, are they fair use? Is me playing Beat Saber transformative, dancing around and stuff, or is it not? Is it not really? Is that not a good idea? And should I just accept the loss and move on? I've been reaching out to as many friends and communities as I can, trying to find answers to this, and I just find that I'm pretty much reaching a lot of dead ends here, except except that a lot of people do send counter notices despite how risky it is. At least I feel it's risky. And sometimes they get ignored. They send a counter notice, and what's supposed to happen is if UMG or whoever doesn't give you a court order to stop the infringing activity, then Twitter will automatically remove the strike, and then in theory your account will be restored. However, there is a chance that they respond, and then I don't know if you can start to get in a lot of trouble that way or what happens exactly. So yeah, just kind of really sweaty, exhausting situation to be in. Like I said before, I know that Twitter isn't exactly God's gift to mankind in terms of social media platforms, and I think I'll survive without it. But I liked having that Twitter account. There were a lot of cool people on there that it was easy for me to connect with people that way. And it just sucks. It sucks. I'm not really sure I want to try and do like a whole hashtag free Neo at mention Twitter support a million times. Everybody just go spam it up, blah blah blah. Because I feel like people do that sometimes, and if they're really big, they get their way. But I'm not really sure I'm big enough for that to be more than an annoyance, and I'm not really sure if that can solve the DMCA issue is anyway. But maybe you guys feel differently about that, and you can let me know in the comments or in my Discord what you feel our options are. I also feel like if you wait long enough and you just keep pressing into Twitter, you eventually I still have hope that I can just get unbanned if I keep asking. But there's also a chance they can send you an email that basically says, do not appeal anymore. Your emails and appeals will be ignored. That would be really scary for me to get because it just kind of shuts out all hope. If anybody out there has any experience or knows any experts on this situation, feel free to hit me up. My DMs on Discord are always open. And yeah, I'm just looking to do the best that I can. In the meantime, my friends have been informing me of some alternative platforms. Some people think I should do a Facebook fan account. Some people think I should do OnlyFans. I could either do OnlyFans with my glorious self. I would never post anything explicit, but I would definitely post pictures of me. Some people want an OnlyFans of my cat, who is Boycat. I used to post pictures of him on Twitter, but obviously I can't post cat pictures on Twitter anymore. So I have to find somewhere else to post pictures of him. Yeah, I don't know if just any advice at all about anything I should do right now. I'm looking for it. That's kind of part of the reason I'm making this video is because I'm looking for help. So yeah, that's all I got here. I think I mentioned, just double checking here, Twitter, my appeal to Twitter, they said I needed a retraction or a successful counter notice. And a retraction is super unlikely, and a counter notice is scary. I think I said that if fair use gets contested at the highest level, it can only be decided by a judge, as far as I know. Remember, not a legal expert. That's just what I think I understand. I'm gonna have some links in the description about with a Reddit thread where I've discussed this with some people who talk about Twitter a lot, I guess. I don't know if I want to call them experts or anything, but if people really want to pour into the issue a little more, there is a Reddit thread about my situation. I'll be linking that. And I will be answering any questions in the comments. And also, if there is a major update to the situation, I'll probably make a new video. The best way to keep up with me and what's happening is to join my Discord. And I also have a super active Instagram account. We post 1 or 2 times a day. It's actually doing really well. I'm really happy with it. And I'm on Twitch. So yeah, that's it. Bless. Have a good day.